Manifold Garden is a first-person puzzle game. In it, you explore a variety of corridors, cathedrals, and causeways, all of which have been rendered with slightly non-linear geometry. This means that stairs can loop back around on top of themselves, that towers can stretch on to infinity, and that doorways can be placed onto walls or even the ceilings. Now, normally navigating these spaces would be impossible, but as the player, you have the ability to alter your own personal direction of gravity. Essentially, if you approach a wall or another flat surface and press the action button, that wall will become your downward direction and your viewpoint will shift to adjust to that new alignment. But keep in mind, as I said before, this changes your personal gravity, so you don't just look in a new direction, you fall in a new direction as well. This shifting perspective is your primary tool in Manifold Garden, allowing you to move from floor to wall to ceiling and navigate otherwise impossible mazes. And the game, to its credit, utilizes this tool in a fascinating way, where in addition to a number of twisted interior locations, there are also quite a few open areas that utilize infinite level geometry, where your character can fall off a platform, drop down to what should be the bottom of the level, and then find themselves infinitely falling past that same platform as the level loops around back on itself. The game also has a good variety of puzzles. Early on, the puzzles in Manifold Garden are fairly straightforward. They revolve around movement, trying to walk on the floors or ceilings in order to reach a specific location. Later on, they get more complicated, requiring you to manipulate blocks or switches or objects in the environment that can only be interacted with if you're facing a specific direction. And there's no tutorialization here. The game expects you to figure out how to solve these puzzles through experimentation and interaction. Thankfully, all the puzzles are self-contained in their own specific areas, and there's no fail states. Even if you fall off a ledge, you're just going to wind up right back where you started. Manifold Garden is a fascinating game, taking a simple premise of infinite environments where you can change your own orientation and then pushing that to its absolute extreme. I would easily give it 4 out of 4 stars, but a recommendation is a little tricky. If you're someone who likes experimental puzzle games that rely on physics engine manipulation or clever level design, this is an excellent choice. But if you're someone who has agoraphobia or achoraphobia, so fear of open spaces or fear of heights, this might not be so fun for you. Also, anyone that has a problem with pathfinding, so identifying key points of a level and knowing how to navigate to them, is going to be real frustrated here, as your point of reference will be constantly changing over the entire course of the game. Beyond that though, Manifold Garden is a surreal experience, easily beatable in under 10 hours and best ingested in small non-Euclidean chunks. Alright then, it's time for me to say farewell, but I won't actually be going anywhere. Till next time.